It worked. Emma and I are having crazy sex.
I'm into him more than ever.
Why am I still fantasizing about Izzy, though, instead of Emma? What? Ow!
Now, Rachel, you played the wife, and your husband comes to you and says he actually had a little thing with this call girl, and you had an interesting reaction. You talk about it from your character's point of view.
Well, I think my initial reaction was pretty angry, as one would expect. And then I think it sort of forced Emma to confront problems in her marriage and the fact that she hasn't been living her life to the fullest or maybe entirely honest with herself.
Each character here is learning something new about themselves and actually codependent on each other, I think.
The best thing about this show is, for me anyways, is how grounded the approach is. You know, it's very nuanced in how we talk about these characters because they are just real people. We're not trying to make this something that's gratuitous and crazy. It's really just these three people who have fallen for each other.
At least initially, the idea that a married couple seems surprisingly attractive to her. Part of that's some of her damage from her background, and the idea that something like this couldn't possibly last. This is not what I expected. You know, when you bring up this topic, I didn't expect it to feel like this, for people to have genuine emotions, for hearts to be broken, for us to live in that world where people really care and they're really falling in love.
You need to do it with someone you don't know. Someone who doesn't laugh when you get your sexy. I'm talking about an escort.
Hi.
Now, this started in its incubation period as a Playboy article or something, and then it became something wildly different.
I would say the article was sort of about sex people, to be honest with you. What it did was just open the door to alternative relationships and extramarital relationships and polyamory, and what would I do if I were to find my writer's way into it. And that was, no one's done it where it felt like it was Main Street Portland instead of something loftier and Seinfeld sex people.
I'm just wondering if, as a creator of it, if you've got a 5-year plan. You know, you hear of some creators that say, I know exactly what's going to happen to that character in season 6.
Yeah, we very much know where we'd like this to be in 5 seasons.
Which one's you, which one's me, and which one's her? Because I could see a variation of all the characters saying that, and that's what's so interesting about that title.
I think it changes. In my mind, it sort of changes sometimes. It depends who's on the outs, because I think in a relationship between 3 people, they all fill needs that are missing in one another, which is why they came together, but simultaneously, someone's always a little left out.
We're used to a guy manipulating these kind of relationships, and Jack is the one who ends up with the most to lose on every level, you know, as far as his job, as far as he feels like the most challenged and the most endangered by their relationship. And so I think Rachel's 100% right. It evolves who you is and who me is.